Hey guys,
Hi.
welcome to Better Red Than Dead. She was struggling to get her mic on. I said, just stick it between your boobs. And she did. And then I had to wait a solid 20 seconds to start the podcast because I was laughing. My name is MK.
I'm B.
She's B, just B.
Just
Not even
B.
like BEA, just the
Just
letter
B, please.
in case you are new here. So we're going to do what's called a TROPEisode today. Where we're going to give you some recs based on a trope. I had actually went into my readathon group and was like, give me all of the tropes. And so they delivered hardcore. And Bethany's like, well, great. Now we have 50 to choose from. And I was like, we're not going to do that many. We might do a part 2. I don't know. But we're going to do top 10. So we did our top 15. And then we took what we had similar. And we had 10 that were together. So that's really amazing. So we're going to do those, and so we're going to give you the trope, and then we're going to give you our book rec. We might talk about the book a little bit. We're going to try to make this one a little bit shorter than 45 minutes, because it can't be 45 minutes. I'm on my lunch break. She's between clients, because we both work full-time jobs currently. So there's that. Our coffee, what is it?
It doesn't say.
Pumpkin waffle
praline
something.
Yummy.
But they are pretty, so we love that. Actually, it is really good. It tastes like fall. It's 85 degrees outside, but it tastes like fall. So basically, it is fall.
You don't have your sweater on from this morning?
I don't. I was taking it off. So I work in insurance, so I had to semi dress up. So I had this on to be dressy, and I was literally undressing it as I was walking out of the office. And there was grown men in construction trucks, and they were like, question mark? And I was like, don't ask questions. Just mind your own. All right. So you want me to start it?
Yeah, I didn't write down any books. I'm raw dogging it.
She loves to say that just to make you guys uncomfortable and
I think it's funny.
And to see what my reaction would be. I, however, started this off. I was like, give me your top 15. I'll do my top 15. We'll do it together. I even organized out the combined top 10 honorable mentions. We were going to do micro tropes. We don't have enough time.
Come back another day.
Also, these are just romance genres, not fantasy, because that's also a beast all on its own. So we're going to come back another day. She's in a bullying mood today.
I'm sorry. I was triple booked at the salon.
So, yes. So we're going to go ahead. I'll start it off. Fake dating was the top. So I'll go first. That way you have a second to think.
The only one that comes to my mind is The Deal.
Okay, so I had The Deal on there, but I figured you would say that. So I also put The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. So that way you have to. I actually really love Stephanie Archer. And she's a lot of fun. It's really cool. I think that you would like that one because he's spicy, but in a goofy way. Okay. So I love him. And Jess, which she's always like, which Jess are you talking about? Is it me? It's you. You know this. That one was for you. That rec was for you. Not that you need it because it's one of your favorites, but yes. But The Deal, I think collectively, The Deal is probably just. It's a little bit older though. It's over 10 years old. The book is, but it
held up. I feel like
it held up so well. It was it paved the way for hockey romance, in my personal opinion.
Some people don't think that.
I know some people don't like it, and if that's you, you know who I'm talking about. I still love you anyways. Just ignore these comments and don't bully me. Yeah. So that one is fake dating. They end up together. It's reformed playboy. She's a musician. She sings. He's a hockey captain. And she wants to go out with a guy. He needs to be tutored in a class that she's acing. So that's where the whole fake dating comes in. The deal. But then you just fall in love with Garrett Graham. He is the end all be all. I love him with my whole heart. I have every copy imaginable of that book. Okay. Next one. I'm so happy that we both had this one on here because I know what your rec's going to be.
I don't think you do.
Okay. So it's Single, Dad, and Nanny. I'll let you go.
Well, I know what yours is going to be.
Yeah.
The Play Along? Or
no.
Caught Up?
Yes.
Or something like that?
It is Caught Up.
It's one of them.
It's Caught Up.
I knew it was one of those brothers.
Yeah. So Caught Up is a baseball romance. It's inside the Windy City series. It's the 3rd book. It is the first that you get of the Rhodes brothers, which are top tier. I need her to get to them. I need her to get to them so bad. If I could pick one fictional character to be in real life, it would be Miller Montgomery, hands down. Because I love her with my whole entire heart. But she is the owner's daughter. I believe it's the owner's daughter. I don't think it's coach's daughter. I think it's owner's daughter. And she just kind of wants to spend more time with her dad while she's taking a break. Like she curates dessert menus for like high class Michelin star restaurants. And she's like taking a break trying to like find her creativity again. So she just takes on the nanny role just simply so she can travel with the team. And she like falls in love with the player's son, and that's how they end up together. We're sitting outside our coffee shop. That's how they end up together. And she's just super like spicy. For one thing is like he'll always find him like crawling or on his knees or something like that, talking about the little boy, and she's like, as all men should be. That alone, Miller, so good. But Kai Rhodes is awesome. I think that his brother is probably my favorite over him, and I don't say that lightly at all. It actually hurts my heart to say that, but I'm obsessed with Isaiah Rhodes. But Kai Rhodes, his book is called Up, and it is Single Dad and Nanny, and I love it.
I know you think I'm going to say Heartless.
I always thought you would say Heartless.
I would, but I feel like Love Unwritten. I just read
Oh, yeah, I did think about you saying that too.
I just feel like Nico, which is the kid of the story, he has such a prominent role, whereas I feel like Luke did have a prominent role in Heartless, but he almost kind of got lost in the plot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
With like all the other characters. So like he didn't have like a crucial part to the storyline, so to say. Like he was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
But Nico had such a prominent role in Love Unwritten, and he really pushed Ellie and Rafa to like join together.
Because he's older. He's an older kid.
Well,
like, isn't he older than Luke?
I think he's like 6. So he's itty bitty still, but you know what I mean?
That.
I just think that it focused more on like their relationship. So I'm gonna go with
I like that. I like that too. And in Caught Up, like Miller, she loves like babysitting this kid and like feeding him cookie dough and chocolate chip cookies. Like that's one of her favorite things. It's like anytime she talks about her heart, it's the boy and the dad. Like it's not just the dad. Like she even puts the boy in there sometimes sooner.
That's
like,
how Love
yeah.
is.
And so I love that as just the like people who step up for other people's kids type of thing. That's always going to be like a micro trope that gets me hardcore. Like it will make me cry. Our next one is Grumpy Sunshine. Do you have one off the top of your head?
No.
Okay, so mine is Alive and Wells. I really struggled on this because there's a lot. There's so many, but he is so grumpy, y'all. I mean, so grumpy, and she has blonde hair, and he literally says she's the sunshine of the ranch. So I don't know, Bailey Hannah. Bailey Hannah is the queen of cowboy romance. I will die on that hill. This isn't even my favorite book of the series, but I love her with my whole heart. I love that book with my whole heart, but I think that's why I picked it, is because he literally calls her the sunshine of the ranch.
I guess Heartless could go.
That was a big one on there. Was Heartless was like a huge wreck for that.
Yeah. But I just feel like, I mean, Kate is grumpy, but I don't know. Like, I want them to be like
grumpy,
like awful.
Yeah, which I just read Cash. Like, I'm almost done with it. I'm at 91%. He is grumpy.
Do you like it?
I love him.
I'm so excited to read it.
I love him so much. He's like, I'm buddy reading it with Ashley, and he's grumpy. I love it. So I almost put that on there, but she's also more like sweet, not sunshiny.
So that's why I wouldn't put Kill Switch, because Winter wasn't like.
And there is a difference, like, because it's sunshine. Like, you have to be like a sunshine person.
What is it? The first one in the Dreamland Billionaires.
That one is The Fine Print. Is it The Fine Print? No. Terms and Conditions. It's not Terms. What is it? Terms and Conditions, Fine Print. I don't know.
So the first one in that is what I'll go with. Let me look it up.
Okay, she has her phone. We're filming on mine. We're going to go to Friends to Lovers. There's so many recs for this one. And notice we did not do childhood friends to lovers, because I feel like that's completely separate.
So different.
So this is just friends to lovers. My rec is Powerless.
Oh, it is the Fine Print. Fine Print, Final Offer.
Final Offer.
So yeah, I would go with Fine Print, because
which makes sense because Final Offer was my least favorite in that series.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, have you read
all of them?
Love Unwritten and Love
Redesigned. I've started Love Unwritten. I have not finished it because she is a thick girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I guess because I don't know, I like Second Chance. Anyways, I'll go with the Fine Print for that, because he was pretty awful, and she was almost too much.
So that was her grumpy sunshine. We're on to Friends and Lovers. Mine is Powerless. Which could be grumpy sunshine as well. He literally calls her Sunny. I know Powerless really hits almost every trope. Like, it's insane.
I'm gonna go with better than the movies. You haven't read that one.
I haven't read that one, but that one was on the list
need you
for that
to.
too. I know, but it's gonna have to wait.
I know, that's
I have a list.
I know. We literally talked about that the other day.
I have a list that I have to stick to, and then I'm not going to vary from it other than what I'm already dedicated to for my spooky season TBR. I'm going to stick to that too. I'm doing buddy reads to hold me accountable, because it's what you have to do. But yeah, so I did Powerless by Elsie Silver, not Lauren Roberts, because
big difference.
There is a big difference. And especially, it's just funny because there's also Reckless by both of them. But either way, yeah, I'm glad that was put together for her. Powerless, he is like, her cousins are his, like, the people who like adopted them as like a brother, not like legally, but basically. And they were always like each other's safe space, but they weren't in like super close either. Like, they were, but they weren't. Like, it was like one of those things, like they knew each other's secrets, but they weren't like hanging out best friends every chance. It's just like a safe space.
My only problem with that book was that like he knew that she liked him so long.
Yeah, I agree, but boys are stupid. Okay. Yeah, any young girls who are watching, boys are dumb. That doesn't really get better. They just get funnier, and sometimes they buy you nice things.
I can't say anything. Ryan's an angel. I have no complaints.
So
sadly.
There's that. Not sad. Yes, so Powerless and then Your Friends to Lovers was better than the movies.
So cute, because like they were like, I wouldn't even say they were childhood friends. They were like childhood neighbors.
Aww.
And so like it was just like this huge group of neighborhood kids, and then they weren't like enemies either, but they were
just in the same circle.
Enemies. Yeah. Not even in the same circle, just in the same grade, still neighbors. And then they became really good friends, and then you got to just watch the relationship develop. So I thought it was really organic.
And that's by Lynn Painter, is that right? Yeah, she's on my list. I think I own the movie. The book.
I was going to say, I didn't know there was a movie.
Or maybe I don't. The Do-Over. I think I own The Do-Over.
I haven't read that one.
Is that a book by her?
I think I have it. It has like the dots.
Or I think it's hearts.
But it has something, right? And it's like teal.
Yeah, it's hearts. I bought it for the edges.
We're on the same page.
I did. I haven't read it. I own it just because it was pretty. Because I like pretty books. Age gap. I feel like there's a clear answer here, and like that's the answer that needs to be it, only because it's so well done. Actually, there's like two clear answers, and they're both by the same author. So,
Birthday Girl.
Birthday Girl is mine. And then that was so hot, bitch. In case your ears don't work that way, Credence. That was some like ASMR.
And if you don't, I don't like ASMR. If you don't like Credence,
get out.
I don't want to hear about it.
That's a lot. I haven't read it, but I will like it. I know. It's on the list.
Bully her in the comments.
It's on the list. Also, did you guys know that you could do pink henna? Callie did this last night.
At church.
So I have this, how old is Callie? 13, 14? I don't remember how old she is, but she likes to do henna. Normally she does like these big massive designs.
Like all over you.
All over me. But she just did a cute little pink heart because she wasn't feeling the best. But isn't it cute? It's pink. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, I saw that. ADHD. Legit ADHD. Found Family. Oh wait, Birthday Girl, if you haven't read it, it is she dates the dad. And all you need to know is Daddy Pike.
And if you haven't read Credence, all you need to know is she sleeps with the dad and his two sons.
I don't know. I did see some art for that the other day, and I was like, huh. Okay, I'm getting better. Like, it's not that I don't want to read it. It just doesn't fit into the schedule currently.
I get goosebumps thinking about it.
Oh, she got goosebumps. Okay, Found Family. You're not going to get my rec on this one, but
I don't really know, because really all that's coming to my mind is like a fantasy book, so that's not good.
No, but also I feel like the Boys of Tolman series is good for that.
Oh, okay, yes.
But we weren't going to do series. We were going to do just individual books. So my individual book is going to be Bad Honey by Aubrey Taylor.
No, I felt like I knew that.
Yeah. But more specifically, it's Honey Pot by Aubrey Taylor, but that one's not going to come out until the arcs come out December 1st, and then she's going to listen to this podcast, so she's going to be like, you're such a brat. And then it releases January 1st. And so I'm just sitting here. I got to beta read it or ARC read it, or I don't know. I read it before, and I like that whole book is my entire life. Like Kel Cody is the love of my life. So when that comes out, that's my actual found family rec. All to say that. But Bad Honey, it's the first book in the series. So she writes found family from like a really sincere and genuine place, and not just like a general sense of found family. Like it's written by, it's going to really pull at you. Like you genuinely feel like a part of that, and like how real found family is in real life. So that's why that just got really deep. But that's just how much I love her writing for Bad Honey. Yeah, that's my found family rec. It's like a sports thing. They live all together. The house is called the Hornet's Nest. They play college baseball. And yeah, like I love them. I'm gonna cry thinking about their stories. That's all. It'll also make you sad, but you'll love it.
In a good way.
In a good way. Also, The Boys of Toman will wreck you too, which was the other rec for it. So found family is just emotional.
Yeah, and I think it
Good
has
thing
to
we
be
put that like in the middle.
Like I think it has to be emotional though.
Absolutely, it has to
or
be
you
emotional.
wouldn't need to find a family.
I mean, I literally walk around telling people I don't have parents all the time because I basically don't. And then my church family's like, you have us. And I was like, I mean,
Yeah, but that's not.
But also,
nonsense.
like, my mama don't call me to be like, hey, happy birthday. She doesn't even have my number because I've given it to her 3 times on Facebook Messenger and she hasn't saved it. So,
My mom still has
or
me
sent me
blocked.
her number.
My mom still has me blocked on everything.
I thought she unblocked you.
No, still blocked.
Oh.
She unblocked Ryan.
Well, at least she
So if you're
unblocked
watching this,
Ryan.
Michelle, I called you out.
Oh, God. That was brave. Okay. Small town Rex.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think I can get one.
I have 2.
Okay.
Because one, I feel like small town Rex are a series rec, which just sucks, but
it is.
yeah, so what's yours?
I really like Things We Never Got Over. It's the
Okay,
last
I've
book.
never read those.
I don't love the middle book.
Yeah, I know. I remember you telling me that.
Like, I like the first book. Okay.
Is that the
middle-
pink book?
The first book is the blue one.
Okay.
Second is the pink one. I didn't like it at all.
Sad
And
day
then-
because it's the pink one.
Yeah, it was. I just hated it. I'm not gonna lie. He had an anxiety attack, and I was like, "It's really turning me off." Even though I have anxiety attacks.
I had a straight panic attack while we were getting our coffee before we did this whole podcast.
But see, it was just different. I didn't like it.
Almost started crying. It's
So
okay.
it's Things We Not Got Over. Things We Never Got Over. It's the purple one. And it's about. I mean, it's kind of like an enemies to lovers, but I mean, it takes place in a small town.
Okay, so I got that. So like series, I feel like that's the point
That's
of
the
small
hard-
town. Laura Pavlov, anything by Laura Pavlov, specifically the Magnolia Fall series. So I've arc read the entire series, and then finally the last one's going to come out soon, and I love that whole series. It starts off with Loving Romeo, which is like a fighter romance. So if you know me, like I just need to write a fighter romance because that's my whole life. Fun fact, so Donnie told Ralphie last night that he needed...
what?
It's already out there in the open. Donnie told Ralphie last night that he just needed to marry me twice. Not divorce me, but marry me twice because I was one of the boys. And I was like, if I'm officially accepted into like a ragtag team of fighters, that's like
Isn't
my
it nice
life
when
goal.
you get like accepted into the
As one of the
boyfriend group?
boys, yes. Like
That's
we are
literally me.
girls. Don't get us wrong. Like we will support you, but being one of the boys is also the funnest experience.
I'm like one of the boys for like Ryan's friends.
Yeah, so I'm
It's
here
so fun.
for
Like,
it
they took me out for my
because
birthday, and I was like, "That's really cute. You guys planned a birthday
it was
party."
really funny because Ralphie's like, I should have known that you would have told Donnie to go for Jax's sister hitting on him because it's like friend's sister. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm a book girl, idiot. Like it's a whole
Amy does
trope.
every day.
It's a whole trope. And I was like, I mean, go for it. Proud of you.
I wish I had a brother,
And he's like, man,
and Ryan could be his best friend.
oh my God, no. We're not going down this road again. This is like an every podcast occurrence. And I know you guys are reading through the lines. Like they're not really even hard to read through. But also if you wanted a singular rec, Practice Makes Perfect.
What is that?
That's like a really good spring one. It's by Sarah Adams.
Oh,
yeah,
takes place
and it's
in
like
Rome,
fake
Kentucky?
dating. Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
fake dating too. And like she
Has flowers.
has the it's a perfect book for me. Like I actually genuinely love that book so much. But I read it before I started making like a lot of edits. So I think I might go back and reread it and do edits for it.
Fun.
But that's a singular rec. I feel like that's a good small town rec.
I haven't
And
read that one.
Sarah Adams is really good
I
for
haven't read
like her books are like quick. I don't want to say like quick and easy, but they are like
They're
you
like
don't have
easy
to.
reads.
yeah, like they're really good to get you out of like a book slump. Like you're gonna fall in love with the characters. The plot's not like super crazy hard to like follow along. It's just like a really solid book.
Yeah.
So that's my singular rec for that one. Okay, so we did brother's best friend, but there's also best friend's brother, and I just put them together because I feel like technically it's the same
thing. It's just
even though it's not. So mine is gonna be best friend's brother, and I put in there. I have two of them.
Okay, what'd you put?
Dishonestly yours, because Rocky is. Yes, ma'am. I knew. I was so waiting. Yes. So dishonestly yours, if you were watching this or if you're listening to this, go back and watch it for that reaction alone. When I put it together, I'm gonna screenshot it. Look at how red my chest is.
Yeah, that's definitely mine.
Yes, that one is such a good rec. Like I cannot wait for the next book. We like devoured that
We
book.
really did.
And we're such fans.
I feel like we like texted like want to start it, and we were like, okay, we'll start
Done.
tomorrow. And then like later that like next day we were like, so you finished? Because I finished.
Well, that's how we buddy read too. It's not even like commenting as we're doing it. We're just like, okay, started, done. What did you think of it?
Yeah.
Because that's how we roll. My other one though is Shutout. I have three because I wanted to do these. So you haven't. I gave you Shutout. With the pink hair, and it's like it's one of the prettiest books I own.
Is that Avery?
Yes.
Did you see about her husband?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but that's
so.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna bypass that for a minute. But Avery, I think it's Avery Keelan, which she's had to battle so much, so she hasn't published anything new yet, but it is in the works. So that comes off of Offside. It's if you read Offside, it's the guy's best friend inside that one, Tyler Donahue. And then his sister moves in with him because she like moves up to the university. She has ADHD. She also has pink hair and loves everything pink, like pink starburst. Like she's has an obsession with pink, and I love her dearly. And he's like super grumpy, so he could have been Grumpy Sunshine for sure, like or like Grumpy Sunset because she's got pink hair.
Do you know what another one would be technically?
What for Grumpy?
For best friend's brother.
What?
And like it's a part of a series, Magnolia Parks.
Okay, so that was so sorry. That was so loud.
Sorry, we're excited.
This is what
we had bad days before we got together.
Yes, this is what happens when we have coffee dates that we turn into like podcast dates. But I did write Magnolia Parks.
Okay, so
I was like, that one is such a good rec.
Yes,
Henry,
and I feel like that's done really well because Henry like isn't upset about them together.
Oh God, no! If anything, he like puts BJ in his place.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that. You know, he had a crucial role.
Yes, yeah. I love Henry. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite scenes in the entire world is where she's like, you have to get out of the bed. Like we, I laugh so hard at that. I love Henry. Like, I think that Henry might be, like, one of the best characters of that entire series. Mm-hmm. Like, he deserves all the love.
Him and Bridget were, like, the only ones that caused no problems.
Caused no problems at all. Like, absolutely no problems. Even though he had drama, he didn't cause anything, though. I can't. I will cry over Henry. Yes. So, okay, this one would be marriage of convenience or forced marriage. So, you said forced marriage. I said marriage of convenience because I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like we're probably going to have the same rec on this, but I might be wrong.
Okay.
What's your rec?
I got two.
Okay, I only have one.
Okay, King of Wrath.
King of Wrath. We love King of Wrath. Like, I feel like that's the best one in the series.
I really like King of Greed.
King of Greed?
Yeah, I really loved on page 3 when I started sobbing, and then I didn't stop.
This one really kind of shocked me because you didn't at first, and then you went back and you loved it, and you're like, I don't know if I love it like enough to be the top, but it is such a. If that book isn't meant to be like, fun. No. Like that one is meant to be more serious because that happens. Like,
oh my God, that was so sad.
It really like that one. Yeah, I loved that one, and I got one copy that had like the art in it, but that one is a very special book to me. Like,
yeah,
because I've had a lot of like marital issues, so anybody who can work through marital issues the way that they did, I don't know. It was really beautifully done. That wasn't our rec. King of Wrath is our rec.
King of Wrath
for
Mia Cara.
Yes. That's it. I love King of Wrath. If you haven't read it, go read it. What's your other one?
Oh, My Dark Romeo.
Oh yeah. I do love that one.
what did they call Harry Potter in that book series? Henry Polkin or something on. I read that. I was like, I gotta go take a lap around the house.
Okay. So let's see. We're trying to do this around 30 minutes. Second Chance. I don't think we'll have the same one because you haven't read this one.
It's actually whatever you put down. No, I don't feel like I read a lot of Second Chance. So,
because I feel like a lot of Second Chance are childhood friends to lovers. Yeah.
I don't know. You didn't like it, but I liked it. The Fine Print or The Final Offer.
Oh, okay. Mine is
I think that's the only one I've read.
Mine is Catch the Sun.
Oh, I'm not gonna read that right now.
It's so good. It's so
I don't want to
good.
be sad.
I have cried so much. I'm gonna cry thinking about that book. Like, I'm actually gonna cry thinking about that book.
Can Kill Switch count?
Sure.
She put him in prison.
She did put him in prison.
And then she got out and then found him up.
Will, I love him with my whole heart too. Obviously, I have problems. Second Chance is Catch the Sun. I can't tell you anything about that book because you just have to organically experience it. It is an experience.
And if you're like me and you've put it off,
my DMs are open for whenever you decide to take that experience. Enemies to Lovers. This was one that we had together.
There's so many though.
I chose mine is a surprise because I did not go fantasy. I went with technically it is like fantasy, but it's not in the fantasy verse. I did Bride by Allie Hazelwood.
I haven't read that one yet.
Yeah, so that's my rec for that one.
I want to say Madness. Chantel, you haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it yet, but I
don't
can't
know how
wait.
to say her last name. I'm so sorry.
Tessier?
I love you. Yes.
I think that's how you say it.
I'm gonna say that because
so much love for you.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay, and then
or Kill Switch.
Yeah, or Touch Her and Die.
Oh, I'm gonna say Kill Switch.
Okay, I did the Blood We Crave duet by Monty J.
I'm not there yet.
I know, but I freaking love them. I love them so much, and it's even Touch Him and Die and Touch Her and Die. It is both. Like, oh God, please read it. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Whose book is next for me?
Rook's. He's good. I love Rook. Good. There are, but for me personally, I think that Rook is the funnest. And then I think you're gonna like Silas. I think you're gonna like his book the most. We'll have to go back and do the Hollow Boys as a whole episode. Okay.
Putting that on hold. Come back another day.
Yes. Okay. So then we had some that we didn't do together. I will go for mine first because I think I'm prepared. Although we did do two of them together on this because I did that by accident. Okay, Black Cat and Golden Retriever, which happens to be one of my favorite tropes in the entire world. If she is kind of spicy and mean, I'm here for it. Mine is Catching Feelings by Maren Moore. I love that. I love that whole book. That's my favorite out of the series, I believe. I get to meet her in October along with Monty J. And they're like BFFs, which cracks me up because they are the physical representation of Wednesday Addams and that other girl that's super happy from the show. That's them.
Oh, what was her name?
I can't remember. I never can remember her name. Runaway Bride. I only put this on here so I could give you the rec of Heathen and Honeysuckle.
I feel like the only one I've read like that is Powerless.
Yeah. So, and that's another thing too. I think that might be one reason why I like Heathen and Honeysuckle so much. But I literally put Runaway Bride just to give you Heathen and Honeysuckle. Shameless plug. We are going to be interviewing Sarah Bailey and Monty J. So a lot of these recs, we're actually going to be interviewing the authors. So I didn't even put that together. But how great are we to plan that? Accidental Pregnancy also only did this so that way I could give you a rec of Awake at Dawn. By Amelie Reese, and I had to ask her how to pronounce her name properly so I didn't screw it up. Reformed Playboy, I also did this one just so I could say Offside to match Shutout, because please read Offside and Shutout. They're precious. Those are mine. Okay.
I'm gonna raw dog it. So
go for it.
Forbidden Love.
Okay.
Ooh. Scarred. Have you read that one?
I don't think so. I think I've only read Hook.
So good. That's my favorite.
I believe it.
Out of them. Okay, so Forbidden Love. Touch Her and Die. Did we already do that though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna give an honorable mention to. No, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't come prepared. I'm so sorry, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I have it on my phone. Okay. Touch Her and Die. I'm gonna say That Sick Love by Jessie Hall.
Ooh.
Arrow Westwood.
Yes.
President.
Fun other plug, we will be interviewing her as well.
What?
It's okay. We're going to have to like calm each other down before we get on there.
We really will. I don't know. Another one that we haven't really covered.
Okay.
Accidental pregnancy. I feel like I've only read one book with that. So
Okay.
Reckless.
Yeah.
And I really
Not
steered.
Is it Reckless? It's not Reckless.
It's Reckless.
Yes, you're right. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
right?
Yes, I'm so sorry. Flawless is the first one.
I just usually kind of have steered clear of that because I don't like children.
Yeah. I love children.
I'm sorry. I mean, like, I like them, but
Only
I don't like babies. Not really. Like, they're just
okay.
They just don't do a lot.
Okay, so we're going to wrap this up by, do you want to pull up our indie view lineup? So we're going to announce this. I'm going to be making a post probably tomorrow because we have Danny Crook on Sunday, which this episode will come out after that. But so if you're listening, like, we're going to have it posted as well, but this way you can just, you know, get the hype as well. I can't wait. Okay, so on the 8th of September, we have Danny Crooks. And then we have Elliot Rose, which wrote Chasing the Wild. So that rec actually came from a 17-year-old girl who read this book. And I was like, girl, you do not need to be reading this book. She's like, do you think you could interview the author? I was like, sure, I'll shoot her a message. She's like, are you serious? And so I did. And that's
I literally had one of my 14-year-old clients was like, I'm reading Tessa Bailey. And I was like, no, I can't talk about that because I might go to prison because you're 14.
And then we're going to have H.K. Green, which was Pieces We've Lost. Jesse Hall will be October the 5th. And then Aubrey and Rowan, which Aubrey's been on there before. I probably will interview Aubrey every single time she writes a book because I love her and she's my best friend. In case you didn't know Aubrey, there you go. Now you know, you're my best friend. Just kidding. I actually consistently threaten to block her. Let's see, that one's for Manor on Orchid Lane, very supernatural themed. So these are like our spooky Recs, kind of, not really. Then we have Sarah Bailey. I'm so excited for Sarah Bailey because she's the sweetest angel on the earth, and I will say that to anybody ever. She's Heathen and Honeysuckle, Wicked and Wildflower will be coming out. Hopper Hawthorne.
Blood and I can't never say it right. Ether.
Okay.
It's a fantasy.
I haven't read that one, but I will.
That gives me anxiety.
And then we have Monty J. They wrote the Hollow Boy series. So
she has a new book coming out.
They do have a new book coming out.
They do. Sorry.
They do not have a new book coming out, Wrath of Exile, which, if I'm not mistaken, is inside the same realm as the Hollow Boys city. I think. I might be wrong.
I live in a small town. I'm not used to it. Okay, that's all. It's not me.
Carly Robin. That's not mine. That one's yours. What did she write?
Oh, she wrote an F1 though. I haven't read it
yet.
Okay.
F1s I feel like I would actually like a lot.
I know. I need to read it. Fangirl. Cute.
Okay.
No.
We will read.
Drive Me Wild.
Okay. And then Emma Lucy.
Oh, that's also me, right?
Yep.
Live, Love, Ranch.
She's really excited about that one because she read it and she's like, this is the cutest book. So
it really is. Well, I think what I thought was so cute about that was that the lead is redheaded.
Oh, okay.
And then she is a
I actually feel like I read a lot of books with redheads. I know that you don't, but I think maybe I'm just like geared towards them because I love you so much.
Well, then she's a fitness influencer.
Okay.
So I read that and I was like, did you stalk me?
In case you guys were also wondering, we have conversations in
our notes app.
There are notes app, Instagram, Snapchat, regular texting. It doesn't matter. We're unhinged. But we're going to go ahead and end this episode. Like I said, we're on our lunch break, so I have to get back to work. But that is our lineup. Like I said, I will also have a post doing that. We'll keep announcing them. If you are an indie author and you want to be on our interview, it's basically just like this. It's very welcoming, very genuine, very unhinged, very funny.
I would say informal.
Informal, 100. You can show up in a onesie. I don't care.
Actually, I encourage it.
You do need to wear clothes or we will be kicked off Instagram.
You don't have to wear pants.
You don't have to wear pants. It could be off camera, and I'm chill with that. So there is that. But yeah, so this is Better Red Than Dead. Those were our recs. We do have lists, so if you want the screenshots of them, I'll take pictures and send them to you. Thanks for always sharing, always coming in and supporting, and always just showing us love. We love you guys. And I think that's it.
Do you want to tell me what you're reading?
I'm reading Cash currently. I'm buddy reading that with Ashley.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm going to be reading Wolf by Paisley Hope. Also, will buddy read that with Jess. And then actually, I have my list. Hold on. And then I have Swipe Right by Thea Lawrence, which I'm actually might be reaching out to you to do an interview as well, ma'am. And All of Our Ghosts by Jessica Norton, which I interviewed with Aubrey last time. This will be her debut. So I have those, and I have Wicked and Wildflower on my lineup.
I guess my anxiety.
So yes, I arc read. She does not, because I'm chill with having a
I just
plan.
know that I wouldn't
Yeah,
finish.
and
I
know
don't
your
want a
limits.
deadline. Yeah.
All right, I've really got to go because I'm going to be late. Love you guys.